Hey, I'm watching these channels, these people without an audience now, like, I don't know, Jimmy Fallon and mainly Jimmy Fallon, I guess I see on YouTube now. And he's not good. He's just not good. I know if you're a fan of the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, I'm sorry. He's not that good. And without an audience laughing or him laughing at his own stuff, he's just not that freaking good. So I thought, well, look, I'll come on here. I'm not as good as Jimmy Fallon, but I'm not that much worse either. Right? Come on. Think about it. I'm talking to a bunch of people on YouTube. People are all shut in quarantine. They got no entertainment. I can. I think I should give them some fucking entertainment too. What the? Right? Come on. All right, my two sons that are trapped here also respect that, so that's cool. So what's that?
Frankie, what's going on?
Frankie, what's going on? Who the hell's Frankie?
Frankie Morelli,
Frankie Morelli,
the Blade Master. Oh, there's Blade Chip Shop.
the Blade Master. I don't know about that. Is that somebody else's channel that I'm advertising now?
No,
That's wrong. That's just freaking
you
wrong.
want to do that.
So, it's been a long time, but if you've watched my channel at all, you'll know that normally the top three of these are all Criterion, and then the other ones are whatever. But I've moved all my music, and I've got a lot. I've got 3 shelves worth of music. I have 5 shelves worth of Criterion, and so they are starting there on that 4th shelf all the way down to the floor. And why did I move it? Well, I have these music discs, and right now I'm more likely to want to watch either a documentary or something about music than I am to watch a Criterion movie. Although I've got the Criterion movies, if I want them, I can find them. But the music ones have been buried for a long time, either behind other things or just kind of scattered around. So I said it's 3 shelves. It's actually 2, and it's 2 from it's to there. So this last little bit of the shelf is the Twilight Zone and some other stuff, which you may see there. But everything else has got just a ton of music stuff. So I rearranged that. This whole room is different than the room I used to be in. It's directly underneath that room. It's about the same size, but it feels bigger. Probably because, well, let me show you here. Let me give you a different view here. Okay. So you come in my house right there. Upstairs and right above my head would be the old room I had. So this one's got room. Oh, there's my dogs. And you've got my television here. Now, for right now, the Roku screen is showing a fish tank. You've got at the very bottom of that, you've got some more like box type sets for the most part, or like the Star Trek seasons 1 through 7. In the corner, and then you've got 2 shelves on either side of. This one's almost empty on this side. It's just got a few things in it. The other one's got some Wii U games and some Xbox 360 games. Over here is board games over here in that rack, and then this one has Blu-rays and DVDs. You can see some of the stuff that's there. Got a MASH import, got a Clint Eastwood import, a variety of other things. Box sets on the top, and they are stacked 3 or 4 deep. This one was a few bucks. The Wonder Years. But you can see everything else. This is one of my favorite box sets for a number of reasons. I just like the series. That would be hello. There we go. Smallville. And then I showed you the other shelf behind me. That's not everything I own in the way of Blu-rays and DVDs. There are 2 bins worth that one of my boys decided to put in bins. I didn't get that option of deciding what went in bins. He just decided, here, let's put all these in bins. So he will have a project with me soon where we take some of these DVDs that I put here and swap them out with some of those ones in the bins. I already know some of what's in there, and I want those either to sell them, so I need them more accessible, or I just want them, as opposed to some of the ones I've got on the shelves now. But these shelves over here are all pretty well set. Happy with that. And I will be giving you a tour or review or an overview, whatever you want to call it, of whatever you want. Either I prefer to do the music ones, but if you don't want the music ones, then I can do the Criterions, which a lot of people like, and I have quite a few that are unopened. These were ones that back when Criterion, the marketing company for Criterion, was sending me those because I have a vlog and I have a blog, and but they decided that they don't want to do things. They don't want to give away anything just to internet people anymore. So if you're not in a published venue of some sort, they don't want to do that. And I used to get quite a few views. I'd get thousands of views on some of my Criterion things. So it wasn't like it was nothing. But I understand that they want better than that, more than that, and I can understand that. So not thrilled with it, obviously, because I was getting free stuff for a while. I think they probably sent me maybe a dozen, maybe a little bit more, and some of them were nice. Well, they're all nice, they're all Criterions, but some of them were extra nice in that they were across here. You can see some of the box sets that are here came in that fashion. So these were ones that might have retailed for $60, $70, $80 at Criterion, and I got them for free. So why not take advantage of that? And I did. And like I said, I've done the blog reviews, but haven't done the vlog reviews on a few. And then there's a couple I didn't even get a chance to open and review because they told me we're not going to do it anymore. So we don't really value the marketing we get from those. And I thought, well, okay. I mean, if you don't value it, I guess I'm not going to do it then. I mean, thanks for, and they were fine with that. I said, I'm not. The last couple you sent me that I haven't had a chance to watch and review, and they don't worry about it. It's okay. Just keep them, and good luck to yours, type of thing. So thank you, Criterion, for those. I have not bought a Criterion since that time for a number of reasons, which I'm not going to get into on here, but for some personal reasons, I stopped purchasing Blu-rays. Well, for one, I was out of room. That was one, and the board games that I picked up, I'd be happy to show you some of those too. I have a different channel that does that, but I'd be happy to do it on here as well. And that was one of the reasons why I stopped, because board games take up a heck of a lot more room. But they're enjoyable by all versus like the Criterions especially. No one but one person in my family has watched it. Well, maybe two have watched the Criterion, and one person didn't know it, so that's was enjoying it and said, "Oh, what's this movie?" I told him what it was, and he liked it. So here's what I could do: Criterions, music stuff, which I prefer, but whatever. Give you an overview of my Wii U and Xbox One software. Most of the Xbox One though is on the Xbox itself on the hard drive, and right now that's been taken upstairs because they want to play Call of Duty together, which is fine. I can do a board game. I can do some of my rarer things or import things that maybe you wouldn't be familiar with, like the Clint Eastwood box set that comes from the UK, and other things like it. Some favorite things that I have, like the Smallville DVD box set, which has got a bad rap. People say it scratches the discs. It does not scratch the discs. Learn how to do it. Learn how to, and that goes for all these types where the discs slide into like a cardboard thing. Some are coated with plastic, some are not. I can show you, at least for that set, how to remove them and put them back without scratching the discs. Simple enough. So if you want to see that, I could do that. Or an overview of anything in particular. Like I said, I've got a lot of box sets. I can show you a box set at a time and do that. But I really want to leave it up to what people want to see. So if you want to let me know, right here, comments right here, that'd be great. I can do any of those things that you'd like, or a combination. If I get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, that's what I'll do. If I'm hearing mostly Criterions, that's what I'll mostly do. If I hear mostly music, I'll do mostly music. Whatever you say. So what's been going on? Well, so both of my, I have three boys who all had jobs at some point in the last year or so. all of them were going to college, but two are at Penn State, one at main campus and one at a local affiliate. And both of their obviously classes were canceled, as they are across the whole state. So they are home doing some online classes. The other one decided to take a break from college even before this started. It's probably smart. Just got lucky on the timing, I guess. And he's working. He's the only one that is still working. The other two worked in one for a retailer, and the other one worked for a restaurant, which I don't think is. He did. Is that restaurant still open that you were doing takeout?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
We didn't think they're doing. They just shut down for now. I don't know if they're going to reopen or what's going to happen. That was a pretty good restaurant, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it had a pretty good local name. They were doing pretty good business.
definitely.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know if they'll reopen or not. It's tough without any money coming into these places, and maybe the government will give them some money. I'm not sure. So we'll see.
No bailouts.
No bailouts. The other one. Even diehard conservatives want bailouts on this, so I'm sure there'd be some. The other one works in a restaurant that is doing curbside, which is where our dinner's coming from tonight. I can plug them. Longhorn Restaurant, national chain. So if you got a Longhorn near you, they are doing curbside right now, and we are getting at a big discount chicken fingers, which are delicious from there, with their own honey mustard, which I think is delicious. It's just sweet honey mustard, not real tangy, more sweetish, not Swedish, and barbecued short ribs, which are not coming from there, but are coming from where my wife works. Which I don't know where they get those from, but they get them from someplace, and they're really good. So I'll probably have, from the looks of how many there were, I'm thinking I could have about 7 bones. Is somebody cooking that stuff, by the way, or heating it up? What are we doing with it?
Not sure.
Uh-oh. We don't know where it is exactly, but the 2 people who would mainly be doing the cooking on that project went to get the food. So we'll find out when they get back. So let me know what you'd like. And I'm looking here over the collection. I've got a lot of stuff. We could just leave it up to me, and I'll do a mix. I'll try to do 15 minutes on average every other day, at least while this quarantine's going on. So I'm not working. I don't have to go in any place. And so I get all sorts of time to do it. And I've been watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I'm going to start watching some of the music stuff I've got in particular, just because I can do other things while the music's playing. Read, check online for things. I've got a couple chat groups I go into and things, so I can do that, as well as watch YouTube videos sometimes, depending on how loud I put my music. And I've been catching up on some YouTubers. Cinemaniac 77, always one of my favorites. And I'll be checking out some other ones too. And maybe I can do some plugs here along the way. Always good to help out a fellow YouTuber. Although Donnie doesn't need any help. He doesn't need my help. He's got thousands of viewers. So he's got probably the most extensive and unique collection I've seen. I think I've got more Criterions than he does, though. He just did an overview. In fact, I know I do. I have more Criterions than he does. But he's got a shelf that has as much room left on it as I probably have Criterions to add to it. So I have no doubt. And he's got guys that send him stuff from wherever. I do not have that. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I've had a few people send me something. I'm not looking for anything, by the way. But I've had a few people send me stuff. Falagar, Sam, I don't know what his current, I have to check his current YouTube channel. He sent me some stuff, as have some others. I've done some trades with people over the years and things, which I always appreciate. And I always say the little notes that come with it. I was just looking through a few today. I don't remember who exactly, and I purchased some things, and again, I save the notes. So that's pretty cool. So that's that for now. It's about 15 minutes, so I'm going to pause it here. I may then do another video if I have time. I'm not sure what the food will arrive in, if I will. But if I do, I may do one more video. And like I said, I've got a wide variety. I'm just looking at this. I've got box sets. I've got import stuff. I've got horror, drama, comedy, science fiction. Then I've got things like, classic movies like Citizen Kane and what's doing there, Cooper? The dog's looking out the like Cool Hand Luke, just classic things that I would consider older, but classic movies. Do a list of my top movies that I could, the ones I own. Things like Lawrence of Arabia, which would probably be my top 10 movies. Citizen Kane, and show you the set that I have for that. Yeah, do steel books, do a digibooks. Got all sorts of different things here. Got just 4 Masters of Cinema movies. I can show you what those are all about if you're not familiar. They're Blu-rays. They're imports. For some of these, you do have to have a DVD Blu-ray player that plays other regions, and I happen to have that. Although one of my sons threw away, I think, or misplaced my directions on how to do that. So I may be selling all my Blu-rays that are imports, because if I can't play them, then they're not as useful to me. They're still collector's items, but if I can't play them, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, let me know, guys. 16 minutes now, so I'm going to call it quits. And we'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, everybody's staying safe, staying in, watching some movies, watching YouTube, watching YouTubers like this channel maybe, or others. And hope you and your family are safe. If you are working, watch yourself out there. And we want to all come through this thing without having to get this virus, which is pretty nasty. All right, take care.